afternoon. I'm Rob Harold. I'm the Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at Akira Systems.
And I'm Ashraf Gadban, CEO and co-founder of Akira Systems.
Today we're going to present to you our Wavelength Scale-Up Plan, which is based on, coincidentally, an acquisition that's taken place during the course. Wavelength is the first comprehensive web-based election staffing solution globally. And you can reference the press release in your upload package. There's also an elevator pitch which tells you more about the product and an infographic about the City of Toronto case study. We're going to talk about the 7 mantras now of scaling, and Ashraf will start off with mindset.
So the first one is mindset. So Wavelength has 3 components to it. One is enabling best HR practices, enhancing end user productivity, and empowering a rapid ROI. Wavelength's team mindset is to excel and surpass client expectations. One of the big things and comments we got was from the City of Toronto, which was a pretty massive implementation. They ranked us 11 out of 10 and are loving everything they've seen so far, including not only the product, but the interaction with all team members of our organization, from developers to QA to project managers.
So looking at the Catholicism versus the Buddhism of the scale-up, we're going to be focusing primarily on the U.S. marketplace. Sutton has representatives globally, but predominantly in the U.S. Through another previous acquisition. And the U.S. is in the process of election modernization, including hiring, training, and assets, which is where our product really fits in with the overall platform globally. So to do that, we're going to be training the 16 U.S.-based sales reps. And we'll now talk a little bit about the Buddhism approach, which will be for basically everywhere outside the U.S. And the global focus for Sutton is primarily on internet voting. That was the platform they originally developed in Barcelona, Spain. There is globally demand for staffing solutions. However, very situation specific. Sometimes it will be in a developing country and there'll be very unique circumstances and even technology infrastructure that has to be worked around. So we'll have to take a very case-by-case approach in those markets. The other thing we're going to be doing is training the pre-sales team. This will apply both to US and international, but it's probably even more important in international because we won't have the benefit of that sort of direct contact with the sales reps as much as we will with the US.
So one of the next part is hot cause. One of the hot cause for us is innovating democracy, staffing elections in the 21st century. So that would include moving the young electrical voters, staffing people into the 21st century with modern hiring practices, modern technology, web-based, app-based technologies that we're all used to. The cool part is Wavelength is a cool solution. It's easy to use, has a Metro UI, and it works from all ages, from the young to the old, and whatnot.
So in terms of cutting the cognitive load, that's going to come in a large extent in terms of focusing on the election vertical. Up to this point, we've been really not focused on any particular vertical. We have clients in manufacturing, financial services, social services, and it's a challenge to have clients spread across so many verticals. So that will really help cut the load. The other thing that now that we have more resources through the acquisition is we're going to invest in a state-of-the-art self-support platform, like a Zendesk. What we understand is not only will that help reduce the cognitive load for our developers who've been also supporting the product in the field, but also sophisticated clients are demanding to see what the after-sale support experience is like. And so with a contemporary product like that, we'll be able to cut cognitive load and improve end-user service.
Scaling and hiring, that's always a big thing, specifically in a startup. We went from 2 people up to 12 people pretty rapidly over the last few years. Diversity in hiring is a big thing. So we hire from all over the place. We don't really look at specific elements, all educational levels. The big thing for us is accountability and teamwork rather than just talent. So the fit is a big thing for us, and we typically hire people on a contract basis to make sure they fit in the team. After that contract is up, we can determine if they're a candidate that we'd like to continue to invest in, or one that just doesn't fit within the team. And all this is used with data-driven metrics that we put in place to monitor staff performance, not only during the initial hiring period, but even going forward afterwards. Our staff is happy. We don't have high turnover rates because of this, and we continue to grow within our local area here and now globally.
So in terms of Connect and Cascade, this is going to be very much a partnership with our acquirer. The integration team will be arriving here later this month to start to plan the details of that. We also have reached out to the US team. They'll be coming up subsequently in November to really focus on the Catholic approach of sales in the US market. And also we have suggested proactively that we should be embedding pre-sales team members within the QA organization here at Akira, so that they can really experience Wavelength together, right side by side with our developers and our QA team, and then be able to cascade those learnings to their clients and to their team members across Sutton.
Not so bad, but not so good news either. So one of the big things when we're, as a startup, hiring a developer QA, being a technology company, it's easy to bring on those types of resources. One of the hardest parts is hiring a sales staff, because you don't know what they bring. It could be further down the road when we see that. So we went down the approach, instead of hiring sales staff, is to go after referral partners and bring those people on board to resell our product. Everybody gets excited at the beginning, the resale partner, us. But as we went along down this approach, we soon realized that how these referral partners being compensated by their organizations wasn't on the product. So we've seen a sharp decline right after the excitement happened about reselling our product, and the don't care attitude comes into play. The good thing, or the great thing that now happens is these sales reps within Sutton are now going to be fully compensated on our product sales, not only on the upsell of that, but the total sell of the product, which bodes well for us and bodes well for them. So now we're seeing an uptake on a lot of potentials just over the last week. And during this announcement, after this announcement happened, it's funny how many new friends showed up this week to congratulate us.